one. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not been canceled yet. Episode 9 of Shoe Booty Sports coming at you from.
Swore it was episode 10, but we'll go with 9.
It is episode 9. No, it's episode 9.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's episode 9. Anyway, presented by Rhino Races. Visit rhinoraces.com for details. Rhino Races is a virtual race series, offers 5 different races, a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and a unique challenge called the Rhino Ultra. Visit rhinoraces.com for details. Sign up today. And we will start episode 9 off with the college football playoff recap. And obviously, well, by recap, I mean who's in.
Recap.
Yeah. Yeah. Conference championship weekend recap. Let's go with that. And so, a couple of upsets, I guess you could say. The big one, I guess you say the big one being the SEC championship game, Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah, that was.
Are we really surprised though?
Yes.
Are you?
This year, I was. I thought it'd be. I thought if Alabama won, it'd be like one score, like maybe by 3 points last. Whoever had the ball last, but not like that, man. That blew my mind. It's like I guess Georgia just ate all that rat poison.
And that was pretty great in the press conference. Saban's been killing it this year, by the way, in the press conferences and on the radio. But I mean, I know it's like I like him a little bit more now, just just the stuff he says. I still can't root for Alabama, but I'm loving everything that's coming out of his mouth. But yeah, as I watched the game though, it was, I can't say, I mean, yes, I was surprised at first, but I mean, Bryce Young was killing. Bryce Young won the Heisman, by the way.
Yeah,
he won the Heisman. Saban drew up a hell of a game plan. Owns his assistant Kirby Smart. And so, see, that was the thing. I was surprised at first, but then the shock went away. I was like, well, this is not that surprised. I mean,
it's like, Alabama, we were all tricked. We were all tricked.
Yeah, I mean, it's Alabama, man. I mean, it's Alabama. Georgia's finally, I mean, they're just now this top tier team, and Alabama's been there forever, even though it's different personnel. The coaching staff has been there forever, coaching these guys up and preparing them for this game. And they have the best game plan going into it. This is what we're going to do. And at the same time, it's like, hey, Kirby, did you watch the Iron Bowl? Did you see what Auburn did to Bryce Young in Alabama? Why didn't you try that?
I think he was busy to watch that game.
I mean, what with Georgia Tech?
Yeah.
I mean, it was I don't know, man. It was it's probably going to be a rematch, right? It's probably going to be a rematch in the national championship.
It could be if Georgia plays like they did during the championship. Hell, be Bama, Michigan.
Yeah. Now Michigan, I'm not, going to just completely look over. I mean, they got a squad. But how will they match up against Georgia? I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Crazy, I don't really know. I mean, it's a little bit. I would pick Georgia to win it, but I don't know a whole lot about Michigan.
If I had to put some money on it, I'd probably put it on Georgia.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be shocked probably if Michigan surprised them, somehow came out with a win. But I think it's going to be fairly predictable. I think it's going to be Alabama, Georgia rematch national championship game. And surely they'll learn from that, Georgia.
If it is, hopefully it's a better game, man.
Yeah, hopefully, because it was, I mean, I was a little surprised just how, I mean, they basically, I mean, it was 10-10, at some point, but it felt like Alabama's game the whole way.
Yeah.
Just watching it.
Yeah, once they woke up, it was like, here it is.
But here's the thing, though. When did Mechie go down? Mechie, of course, is out for the year, torn ACL. He went down right before halftime, correct?
I think so. So it was non-contact. So I didn't see it. I didn't see where he went down.
I did. It was non-con. He was just running a route and he was cutting and then just hit the ground. Like didn't even get touched, which happens, but yeah, it's how not having him is certainly going to hurt, but because then all the focus can go to Jameson Williams, who is so freaking fast. Like that dude is lightning freaking fast, man. But
I'm sure they have some 5-star around the bench that's just waiting to prove himself. So they'll have some talent out there.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
I don't feel sorry for them, but that's just more attention Jameson Williams is going to get. It's not going to help Alabama, but is it going to hurt them so much to where they may not be a favorite against the Georgia? I don't know about all that. You still got Bryce Young. You still got everybody else. You still got that defense.
Yeah.
It's but they have had a lot of injuries this year, Alabama. But like you said, just plug in the next guy and let's go. But do we give Cincinnati at all a chance?
Yeah.
Luke chimed in. Yeah.
Oh,
He said yeah.
Sorry.
He said yeah. I mean, crazier shit's happen, right?
Yeah, Boise State, Oklahoma.
In Appalachian State, Michigan.
I only paid attention. Yeah, I only paid attention to them in the Notre Dame game and then beating Notre Dame. So I mean, they're deserving of being there. But against Alabama, I mean, hell, Arkansas. I don't think Arkansas ever came close to winning, but they showed up and gave them a game, made it interesting. And and I think Cincinnati would beat Arkansas.
That'd be a fun game, I think.
Yeah, I think Cincinnati's better though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was like, of course they're better, but it would probably be fun. But yeah, I think I don't know, Cincinnati might give them some problems, but I don't think it's going to be much of a scare for them. I think it could be a 3-score game, Alabama, and probably comfortable.
But man, how crazy would it be if they took them down?
Well, of course it would be nuts. I mean, it would. I'm pulling for them. I mean, I'm going to be pulling for them.
Of course.
But yeah, as far as what kind of chances they have.
Let me chime in. Does Cincinnati run the ball?
Just tell Luke to get in here. We can't have just this ghost off camera.
Come around to the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have this. He was asking if Cincinnati runs the ball.
We have the ghost of Christmas spirit on the other side joining us today.
Surely they run the ball.
Is Luke like across the house or something? Okay, there he is.
Yeah,
other side of the table.
He's coming.
Oh,
all right. So what were you saying, Luke?
I was just wondering if they run the ball. I don't know much about Cincinnati, but I know they have that good quarterback. But if they can run the ball, then yeah, they have a good shot against Alabama.
Yeah, I don't see them. I don't see them giving them much of a scare. Maybe early, but maybe a few drives. But I think Alabama's going to come out hitting and on all cylinders and probably take a sizable lead by, if not halftime, certainly into the third quarter. And I think it could be a 3-score game, Alabama. I think the committee got it right though, as far as ranking them.
Yeah. I think they did too.
And Oklahoma State didn't give them, anything to think about with how they showed up against Baylor.
Dude, such a disappointment, man.
Oh, such a trash showing by the quarterback, right?
Disappointment, yeah.
Four picks, and he had more interceptions than Mac Jones had attempts last night. So
that was an awesome game, though.
Yeah,
Wow.
I caught some of it. I didn't pay too close attention, but It was a good game.
You've never been more entertained by watching field goals get kicked because of the 45-mile-an-hour winds. It was pretty.
Yeah, I had Nick Folk on my team, so my
So did
fantasy
I.
team, so I was totally good with it.
Yeah, he did. He did pretty good.
Guess who I had on? Guess who my kicker was? Bass. I got fantasy screwed me over again this week.
What
so
did
I
you
don't
say?
even talk about it. Said Bass is my my kicker.
I just thought you said
All
ass. I
three,
was like,
all 3 leagues.
I was like, did he just do
Ass.
bad or something? What? Like,
Hey, yeah, this week was ass in fantasy. Yeah.
I squeaked one out. I'm coming in at 6, and we'll touch up on fantasy toward the end. But yeah, at 6 and 7, I may have a shot to get in the playoffs after next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Luke's in that boat too.
we'll see. We'll
It's
see.
there, man.
Yeah.
I gave
Good luck.
Luke an early Christmas present and forgot to start CD Lamb on Thursday Night Football, and yeah, that lost me my game and pretty much secured his spot in the playoff.
How did CeeDee Lamb do other than that just massive reception he had early
Like
on?
18 points.
I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, he had
PPR
19
league.
points, man, and yeah, I lost
Yeah,
by 2. I lost by 2. He would have gave me 9 extra points.
Word.
Yeah.
Well, I had Gronk. And of course he was Gronk.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. But going back to college, how do we feel about a Bama Georgia rematch? And let's just completely overlook Michigan and Cincinnati, like everybody else is going to. How would we feel about a national championship rematch? Me being from the South and an Arkansas alum, SEC guy, I guess you could say, to an extent. I wouldn't be excited about that. I don't want to see it personally.
Oh yeah.
Are you asking what's the outcome if that happens?
No, I'm asking how do we feel about a Bama Georgia rematch in the national championship?
I think
do we want to see that?
I would like to see it if they switched quarterbacks at Georgia.
Yeah, JT Daniels. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to see it, man. Right?
Was Stetson really the problem though? I can't get over that name, Stetson. He just sounds like a rich white kid.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, man, I think he's good, but like
he made some good throws. I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that he was the problem though. I mean, he did a couple of things that you're like, what are you doing? But I don't know that he was necessarily the problem. I think just Bryce Young showed out and looked like a Heisman Trophy quarterback.
Problem was the defense, man.
And Alabama looked like Alabama. They looked like this is what we do. Georgia looked like we're new to this.
I think it was just
excitement
if there was a little bit different factor in that game. You're like, okay, a rematch, but Georgia's got the other quarterback in. Let's see if this can change something.
It looked like one team was playing to win and the other team was playing not to lose. So
yeah, no, I think Georgia wanted to win. I mean, but yeah, I just don't think they were ready for what came at them. They haven't really been tested. When's the last time they got tested? Week 1? Clemson?
Right.
Yeah.
And
week 2 Arkansas, maybe? No.
Well, no, we did. Arkansas didn't. I was gonna say Arkansas did not test them.
The Michigan Alabama sounds like a great matchup. That's what I would see.
I would prefer to see that.
Be pretty sweet.
I mean, I would prefer to see Cincinnati, Michigan, personally, but Alabama, Michigan. But Alabama, Michigan. I mean, that's not going to happen. Alabama, Michigan would be one to root for, I would think. Although, imagine Jim Harbaugh with a national championship, though. I mean, he held that comment about the Ohio State coach in the press conference for about 5 years, or 3-5 years probably. But he just couldn't wait to say that. Imagine what this dude's going to be like with a national championship.
Yeah.
He's already a complete nut. And but I mean the interviews will be entertaining, not for the interviewer, but for me, the audience member. I'm going to get a kick out of seeing how he handles just any question, just because he's a complete freaking nut. But
And then if he goes and loses, how does he handle being one of the only coaches, if maybe the only coach to lose not only a Super Bowl, but also a national championship in 10 years? Like that would be a tough one. So the way his interviews after a loss would be good too.
Put that on your resume.
yeah, but, it's like we said last week with the Harbaughs at Thanksgiving dinner, any family get together.
Yeah.
Talking shit back and forth, and Jim better be careful because John will be like Super Bowl,
Right.
Superdome.
He'll slap him with that Super Bowl ring, friend.
Just great. He'll just I got an itch, and
yeah, that's got to be brutal ring to stare at. Thanksgiving.
That would be I think fighting. Fighting comment there.
I don't want to talk about how I told my brother to put $150 on the Ravens to win the Super Bowl that year before the playoffs started, and it would have paid out like $1,200. He was in Vegas and just decided not to do it for me.
Sounds like a Zach movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can skip to the next one. That's getting me pissed off now.
Okay, so I think we kind of answered is Michigan and Cincy being overlooked. I mean, I would say, yeah. I mean,
sure.
Michigan,
Cincinnati for sure.
Well, absolutely. I don't think anybody gives them a shot outside of Cincinnati, and I'm sure many there don't give them a shot. But I don't know. Michigan, I think could give Georgia some problems. But then again, Georgia might have woken up too, right? It's been like, okay, this isn't going to cut it. We got to go back to work, be what we've been all year.
Right. They're still a scary ass team.
You can say that.
Okay. It's our show. We can say whatever the hell we want.
Okay. So. Yeah, don't offend our 20 listeners.
Which, by the way, speaking of, everyone, look for us on Spotify and Apple Music. Hopefully after this evening. So we're going to see how that goes. But we will be transitioning. But we'll still have the video for our YouTubers as well. But you can find us on Spotify and Apple Music too.
Looks like I'm missing a strand of lights back there.
It does, but it's got a nice little, looks like it's going to a toga party.
Yeah, it's partying.
Yeah. Okay, so there was another big coaching hire. Venables, which I think I can finally remember whether it's Brent or Brett now. I could never, for even just following Clemson a little bit, is it Brett or Brent? So Brent Venables.
It's Brent. Yeah.
Yeah. Headed to OU. I should know it as many times as the, announcers say it during a game, right?
No.
But yeah, so Venables to OU, going from offensive minds to a defensive guy. Is that a good hire?
Oh yeah.
Man, he's been wanted for every coach opening for 4 years.
He's been mentioned, yeah. Quite a bit. He's turned down many jobs.
It's a good hire now. It's kind of odd you're switching from offensive mind to defensive mind, but I'm sure they're going to set him up with a nice coordinator in there.
Here's the thing, though. I think it's a really smart hire because you're going from, what do we see these Big 12 teams as? Finesse offense, no defense.
Yeah.
So how does that match up with SEC? It hasn't matched up very well. Let's bring in a defensive guy to fix that.
What's his tie with Oklahoma? Has he coached there before?
Yeah, he was a defense coordinator there during the Stoops era.
Welcome back, and I was like, okay, well, that makes it a damn good hire then.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize he was there previously.
Yeah, I didn't.
But I think it's smart to bring in a defensive guy coming into the SEC to help shore up that defense, because Clemson's defense has been stout, even against Georgia.
Yeah,
they were stout. The touchdown that basically won it was a pick six from Clemson. By the Clemson quarterback, Ukulele or whatever his name is. But But I think it's a great hire. I think it's a great hire for Oklahoma, and yeah, but we'll see how it pans out. I think it's going to take a little bit, but hopefully they'll be patient. But
Yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know.
if people stay, there have a lot of people running off to the transfer portal, but
Right.
he'll
Okay.
have them ready for the SEC, I'm sure.
Okay, we go. But relating to the SEC and coaching hires, when we talked about this last week, the Brian Kelly introduction at the basketball game hadn't happened yet. So, what do we think
Yes,
of
it's
his
not.
southern accent?
It's terrible.
The guy from Massachusetts, right? I believe he's from Massachusetts, southern Massachusetts, maybe. That's
Oh, that's what it was, the Southern Mass.
That's as southern as he is. But yeah, how about that accent?
How about family?
And I ain't even won all my games yet, bud.
Yeah, I didn't. It's crazy. I didn't really notice it immediately when I first watched that video, and then it went viral that he had done that, and I'm like, wait. So I go back and watch it, and it's pretty laughable. But hey, man, the guy's trying to sell himself out there, so I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, is that selling yourself though? It's.
Well, I guess he was nervous. I don't know. Like, I haven't heard him talk enough to realize if that's his accent or not either.
He should
That's
just
definitely not his accent.
And ended it like Coach Orgeron, go Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, wow. It's if things don't, that's I mean, people are going to be playing that for a long time, but if things don't go well for him, you know, it's just gonna, it's gonna, they're gonna be like that was where it started right there. I think he's going to do well. I mean, hell, LSU won a national championship with Les Miles and Ed Orgeron. I mean, what do you think they're going to do with Brian Kelly? I mean, they're gonna win a lot of games. But I found that to be hilarious. And I ain't even won all my games yet. My family.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah. But if he wins, we'll just kind of push to the side, forget about it.
Everybody will forget about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he'll do something else. We'll forget about it here soon.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't win, yeah, absolutely. But I mean, that's I don't know. Coaches have their little. I mean, Saban's the only one that hasn't really done anything stupid other than holler at Maria Taylor over asking a simple question that anybody would ask, any reasonable reporter would ask. So quit asking.
Great.
It's like it's a reasonable question, Coach. You don't have to be a dick, but it's it's Saban. So, but yeah, there was that. There was the Brett Bielema, just blocking the Alabama player and then feigning like he got really shoved real hard and then doing his little fat guy spin and fist pump when he got the penalty. That was about as embarrassing of a coaching move as I've seen from Bielema for sure.
Minus yards in those days.
Yeah, minus his SEC record. Like, well, I can't brag about my SEC record, so I'm going to brag about my graduation rate. But yeah, when you all major in recreation, of course you're going to have a high GPA and graduation rate.
Yep.
Like, sorry, rec majors, but you're not going pre-med or pre-law or engineering or, something you should go to college for.
We apologize to any of our listeners that are recreational managers out there, majors out there.
That's all right. Direct your hate tweets to @ShoeBootySports. And yeah, just tag us accordingly. But anyway, so bowl season is almost here. Everybody's figured out where they're going. I like the Arkansas Penn State matchup. That's pretty intriguing. I've not looked at where anybody else is going other than the major ones, but Arkansas, Penn State, pretty intriguing.
It's pretty sweet. Penn State's a 2.5-point favorite.
That's probably
Yeah,
correct, I would think.
I would think so. Yeah.
But Arkansas into the season playing well. Penn State, not so much. So I don't know, but anything can happen a month from now.
Yeah.
They play. It's a New Year's Day bowl, so
Hopefully
Yeah.
everybody stays healthy.
It's the tale of two tapes there. You got a team that has a disappointing season and a team that's fired up about their season. So
Yeah.
who's going to show up 3 weeks from now in a bowl game? I would say Arkansas will pull that off.
yeah. And Penn State has dealt with, is our coach going to leave all year when the USC job came open? They just inked him to 10 years, so
Right.
solidified that. How much that will matter? I don't know. How much did it play a factor? Maybe I'm sure a little bit before they actually signed him long term. But Pittman's like, yeah, this is my last job. This is my job. And damn, we've rallied around that man.
Yeah.
I love me some Sam Pittman, by the way.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a absolute home run hire.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, we'll take this opportunity to plug in our sponsor. As we can see, I'm rocking my Rhino Races shirt. But again, Rhino Races is a virtual race series, offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, marathon, and the Rhino Ultra. Visit rhinoraces.com for details. And
Show
we
up.
actually have a couple of the awards here. Besides the shirt, not sorry to flip everybody off for those watching us on the YouTube, but we got a couple of awards here. This is the 5K medal. Get a close up. Got a bit of a light
Looks pretty
glare.
heavy.
This is just the 5K, but it's a thickie.
So how does this work? You just do a 5K through you guys and you get a medal?
That is a great question, Luke. You visit rhinoraces.com. You register. If you want to do the 5K, you register for the 5K. And once your registration is confirmed, basically as soon as you register, you can go out, run a 5K whenever, wherever you want, whether it's on a treadmill, whether it's at the track, whether it's on your street, whether it's on a bike trail, whether it's on a forest trail, whatever you want to do. But track it with your fitness app. You got a Garmin, Apple Watch, something like that, Fitbit, something with GPS tracking or speed sensor. All the running gurus know a lot about that stuff, but track it with your fitness app, be it Strava, whatever, your fitness app of choice. Submit your results on the submissions page, submit results page at rhinoraces.com. Once your time is verified, once your run is verified as proof of completion, your award is mailed to you immediately. So
Nice.
yeah, receive it within a couple days or so.
Nice concept. I like it. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ever since COVID, kind of a big thing. And also you don't have to travel. Yeah, no expensive travel involved, no waiting a year for your race to begin. Just sign up, run it at your convenience, boom, receive your award. That's simple.
Huh. Cool
But the
idea.
other one, this is for the Rhino Ultra. This is the most challenging race Rhino Races offers. This is the buckle that's sent to you upon completion. So,
Sweet.
yep, it's not still a nice little thickie. But this dude there, I don't know, the glare is. How is the glare, guys?
Looks good.
Looks good.
Yeah, I say it's so big it's covering up where I can see. One more time. But this one here, the Rhino Ultra, it's not an easy thing to get. You have, upon signing up, you have 10 weeks, like approximately 10 weeks, like time and everything. If you sign up at what's this, 8:45 p.m., you have until 8:45 p.m. Approximately 10 weeks later to run 10, yes, a total of 10 half marathons. You have to track them all with your fitness app, submit all 10 in by 8:45 p.m., 10 weeks from then. 10 weeks after signing up, once your times are verified, boom, the Rhino Ultra buckle is sent your way. It is the toughest virtual race out there. So you got what it takes. Visit rhinoraces.com. Sign up today. But if you sign up today, better get ready to go run.
Right.
So anyway, that's a couple of the awards. We'll feature some each week. But getting back to the show, the other sports. NFL recap over the weekend. The one that stood out to me was, well, kind of two of them. The Pats win over the Bills. Mac Jones' stat line, and it was a very Belichick type of coaching. I almost feel like Belichick looked back or probably went into it thinking, I want to check this like off my bucket list. My quarterback completed 2 passes. He only threw it 3 times, and I won the game over a playoff caliber team. But I could see Belichick just sitting drinking his orange juice at the little patio table from that
Right.
meme, and just thinking that. But yeah, Mac Jones, 2 of 3 passing for 19 yards, getting the win. Patriots are 9-4, sitting atop the AFC, all alone atop the AFC right now. There's a ton of, 8
sure
and
that was a
4s.
pretty sure that was a common stat, like what, back in the 30s or something, 40s.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when Arkansas won the national championship, that might have been the quarterback season.
Did you guys, I'm not sure if it was Photoshop, going back to Belichick. Did you see that he was interviewed prior to the game wearing a Navy like face guard? And the caption was like, he told everybody what he was going to do before the game, and they still couldn't stop him. It was basically like the signal, because all Navy does is run the ball, and he's wearing a Navy, COVID mask prior to the game.
I did not see that, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
yeah. So now it's like, a meme that's like, hey, he was telling everybody and they still couldn't stop him. But
we should fact check that. Let's get our invisible fact check guy to check that and see if
I can go back on the other side of the table and be that
see if it's correct. I kind of want to know if that's true or not.
I'll look it up.
But yeah, and then Brady comes out at 104 years old, against the Falcons. He's undefeated against the Falcons. And at 104 years old, just comes out and throws, 407 passes in the first half and completes about 404 of them for like 211 yards and two touchdowns or whatever. But did have that costly pick, though, that pick 6 on that screen. Did you see that? Did you guys watch the game?
I didn't watch. I don't think I watched that one.
Well, yeah, not Pats. The Bucks were.
That was one of the.
CNN. We can CNN. Okay.
That was one of the early games, right?
Yes. It might have. I think it was a noon game.
We're on the golf course.
But yeah, they were up. Bucks were up 20-10. Brady just on a little screen thing right before the half, a little running back screen. Just tried to dump it off, and the defensive end saw it coming the whole way and just cut it off and caught it in stride and then walked in the end zone. So, so it ended up being 2017 at the half, but Bucks took care of business in the second half. But other than that, there wasn't really a whole lot that stood out to me as far as now. The Vikings. What? Now that's one that stood out.
I had a good feeling about it, man. I told Luke right before that play, I was like, yeah, they're going to do it. And damn it if they did.
I mean, that's like a Kirk Cousins game, though, right? I mean, he's known for beating all the lesser teams, but just can't win in the big games. But he lost, it wasn't all him, but
no, he wasn't playing defense. That let him mark down field.
I mean, I feel like we have to give the Detroit Lions a shout out, right?
Well, of course.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Whenever they win or whenever they lose this next week, they will be 1-11-1. So those be all ones across the board. So I don't know.
So I'm sorry, was that the Vikings that they beat? Is that
Yes.
Okay, so you go. Sorry, I was
Yes.
fact checking, and Belichick did wear the mask prior to the game.
Okay, so that's not photoshopped.
No, it's all over the place. So they're saying that he won the mask and then the Navy mask and then promptly ran the ball 46 times. So basically, yeah.
Yeah, he let him know what he was going to do. He pulled a Larry Bird. He just came over and said, "Hey, it doesn't matter what you do. I'm going to break off to the corner here, and I'm going to shoot 3, and there's nothing you can do about it." Belichick just Larry Birded. Yeah, the Bills.
That's funny. That makes me like Belichick a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean he's the GOAT. So yeah. But other than that, I mean, yeah, Lions pick up a big win, or excuse me, a win, and the Pats beat the Bills. I mean, if you're going to run the ball 4,000 times, that's the game to do it in those kind of conditions. So it made sense, but it's still crazy that in today's NFL, the Patriots beat a team beat a playoff team throwing the ball 3 times.
Right.
So.
Yeah,
I have to say, I was shocked on how entertained I was during that game. Like to see a game where they were just running the ball, and every time they threw it, like it would. I mean, the wind was blowing so hard. I mean, it was just a cool game to watch. I was sat and watched the whole thing last night. It's great.
Yeah.
And the kickers, I mean, the warm-up kickers were kicking the ball from 35 yards, and it would not even get through the end zone because the wind was blowing it so bad. So it's pretty cool.
It was in Buffalo, right?
Right. 36 degrees, 45-mile-an-hour wind gust at some point.
Well, that's why they drafted Josh Allen right there, just because he has a laser rocket arm and can throw it over the mountains, like Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. It makes sense to, why they would do that or draft him. I mean, on top of being a hell of a quarterback, but having to throw in those kind of conditions this time of year,
and he missed a wide open. He missed a wide open touchdown at the end of that game.
To Diggs talking about?
He tried to hit the back shoulder, but the wind just kind of, or I think the wind.
That would have helped me win this week too if it would have hit Diggs.
Well, he missed Diggs on like a underneath crossing pattern too, just right in the middle. Now there was some pressure on him, but he was looking left at the time too, so I'm sure he wasn't. Had he just cut back and boom, there he is. I mean, that he was wide open. If not for a score, for a huge gain, and if anything, to getting some kind of field goal range. But anyway, that's all. That was my takeaway from NFL Sunday and Monday. Who's the Thursday game this week? I saw it on my fantasy thing today.
Oh, let your fact checker get to work here.
I'll pull up the fantasy app. We'll see who gets there first.
Minnesota, Pittsburgh.
So we'll go with that. Mine was loading. Wow, that took forever. All right, Minnesota, Pittsburgh. So
that ought to be fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, it might be a good game though. Two teams just kind of. Although Pittsburgh did get a win, they did get a win. It was ugly. Gosh, it was ugly.
All of them been ugly. I mean, every single one of their games.
That's true. I mean, the Ravens have eked out every game, win or lose. Well, I guess it would be the ones that won that eked out.
Yeah,
but
Lamar didn't help me this week either.
Yeah, what's his stat line this year? Because I mean, the week before this one, he had 4 picks, right?
Yeah,
but they won.
Just that one game, yeah.
Yeah, it's Lamar's not been very MVP bound. Who's the MVP? If we're giving it out today.
I mean,
Brady.
I would think it's Aaron Rodgers.
He's always up there too. Or the Chiefs defense, whichever one you want to.
Like I would have said Kyler Murray, but they seem to be doing okay with Colt McCoy in there.
Yeah, I was say he's been out for a couple of weeks, so
he looked pretty damn good when he came back though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, he was back this week and he lit it up, man. He's like, "Yep, that's the Heisman Trophy winner, #1 pick." But I mean, but see, that's the thing. Colt McCoy held it down. I mean, played pretty well. So I mean, I think that's just a testament to how good Arizona is. But we saw what kind of team the Packers are without Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would think Aaron Rodgers would be my MVP if I'm picking it today. But
I like that pick.
The Packers without Aaron Rodgers is worse than watching the Steelers play. I mean,
it's like that, and I can understand. Like, I think Rodgers is, can just be a whiny ass at times, but
yes,
it's but hell, at the same time, it's like, damn, he's got a point. like you guys drafted this guy in the first round.
Right.
Like this, you couldn't get me some help. You couldn't get me a receiver. Couldn't get me a lineman. Couldn't get me a defensive player. This is what you got.
Okay. Man, freaking.
Is it too early to pick you guys' Super Bowl pick game? The Super Bowl? Who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Yes, it's too early, but we can pick it. I mean,
I meant for the show. I mean, it's never too early. I like.
Of course, it's early, but we can do whatever the hell we want. So.
I'm just going to throw it out there just so you guys will, just your jaws will drop here. I'm going to say Cowboys Chiefs Super Bowl.
And well, I could have told you he was going to say something in Chiefs. I mean,
I'm telling you,
the Chiefs may figure it out. I mean, they're in the playoff. I mean, they're in the freaking top seed hunt right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they could still leave with the #1 seed. I mean, they can figure it out. It's all about just playing your best at the end of the year. If you do that, I mean, the New York Giants won
home field advantage. I mean, they haven't had the best record at Arrowhead, believe it or not, during the playoffs. So I'll take it.
Well, Eli's got 2 rings from
just
playing your best at the end of the year.
Right.
Well, no, talking about not having the best record at Arrowhead, the Falcons haven't won. I don't think the Falcons have won a home game this year. And they're like 5-7.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't think they've won. I believe I heard that correctly during the Bucks game. They have not won a home game.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah. So yeah, sucks for the fans.
I'm not breaking my heart any, but yeah, it sucks for the fans.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel sorry for them, but it's it's an interesting stat line for sure. But okay, all right. Well, what's our way, Brad? What are our way too early Super Bowl picks?
Oh man,
I'm taking the Packers coming out of the NFC. I'm going to say the Packers. AFC.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Just a bunch of basically kind of. I think the Patriots are the best team in the AFC, but I don't think they're going to get to the Super Bowl.
Not with a rookie quarterback.
No.
That's good though.
Dude.
Brad's Googling, who should I say? It's going to the Super Bowl.
Just making sure I'm looking at all the teams.
Okay, all right. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna say the Packers, and I'm going to say again, way too early Super Bowl predictions, but I'm going to say Packers, and I'm going to say Derrick Henry comes back just in time for the playoffs, and Titans run their way to it.
Wow. With like beat up receiving core too. Wow.
They got Derrick Henry. He'll be back.
I mean, if he gets back,
yeah. We'll go. I'll go with them.
I don't know. I will definitely give you some kudos if those two teams make it.
I don't know that I believe
Cotton.
I believe the Packers one. I don't believe the Titans one.
Are you a Packers fan?
But that's my pick.
Are you a Packers fan or are you just Just feel
No,
that way.
I just think they're the best
My
team.
way too early pick is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Patriots. That'd be freaking awesome.
That's a like Hollywood would be like, this is bullshit.
That'd be
Nobody's gonna
freaking
believe
sweet,
Dude.
that would be
The network would be
It's in
losing
the
its
works.
mind.
It's in the
Yes.
works. They're already paying the refs. It's
now that would be, yeah, the ratings would be just
Oh.
insane for that.
yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
A good one.
You want to talk about just an emotional city, just freaking the whole Boston area.
Yeah.
God, man. That would be fun to see.
Dude, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would honestly rather see that happen than even my favorite team going because that would just be
That's
that's
just
like
a better
once in a
story.
lifetime kind of storyline.
That's
there.
just a better story.
Yeah.
Now, I do think the Patriots are the best team in the AFC. I just
Dude,
don't.
right now, dude, there's no question, man.
Yeah,
7-game winning streak.
Yeah,
Freaking-
and Mac is just getting better despite his
He's
2 of 3 stat
The guy
line.
plays like a 5-year veteran or something. Like,
he's
it's
2
crazy.
years. He's
He gets
way
better. He gets better every day. Like every day, he gets better. He's like the Grand Theft Auto guy. When you just, he goes and lifts weights, and he's just instantly stronger. And
God.
that's how fast he's progressing. He's progressing as fast as your Grand Theft Auto character, going from some skinny dude to some jack dude who just slaps people around, and steals their car. So
So I'm gonna play
Base-
Grand Theft Auto now.
So, yeah, find that comparison anywhere else, people. Mac Jones is a Grand Theft Auto character.
Yeah,
So
basically.
you heard it here, Shoe Booty Sports, ladies and gents. So that's our takeaway from the NFL. Now the NBA, I haven't watched a lot, but I took a look at the standings today, and Nets are atop the East. Bulls are a game behind them, and the Bucks are a game behind them. So the Bucks have gotten it together. They had a
terrible start, right?
after they beat the Nets in the first game of the season, looked like the champions, and it's just been downhill since. But they've gotten it together. They are at, they're a game. Yeah, they're a game back. I think they're 15-8 or 16-8, 15-8, I believe. But yeah, they're a game back from the Nets, but I don't know. Yeah, it's about what I would think. The Bulls made a lot of moves in the offseason to contend. I don't think they'll win it with what they have, but but I was like, man, that's a strong team to come out of the East. So it's kind of predictable. If the Nets were healthy last year when they played the Bucks, as in if Kyrie was in there, if I can't remember the other guy, but off the top of my head, but the Nets could have easily beaten the Bucks last year. But I don't know. It's Kevin Durant. Oh, Harden. Yeah, it's like
getting Harden, man.
Just drawing a blank, man. But yeah, Kevin Durant just did last year in the playoffs what he did to the Olympic basketball team over the summer. Just put the team on his back and just go win games. Kevin Durant won the gold medal for Team USA this past year. Kevin Durant is the best basketball player in the world. Like you can't convince me You can't convince me otherwise. He's better than LeBron right now at this point in time.
Right now.
Kevin Durant is the best basketball player in the world and has been.
Durant ain't sitting on a 500 team.
Yeah, the Lakers would be lit in 2010. If
That's
this
all
were
working out about like we thought it would.
it's exactly when they brought in Westbrook, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a shit show. And it's basically been that. Now they are, I believe, I got this on the paper here. Somewhere. Yeah, the Lakers are currently 6th in the West, but at 12-12. So That's not exactly what Jeannie Buss and them want, but at the same time, it's pretty predictable. I would think. Just, I mean, when you're bringing in Westbrook, it's, I mean, it's just what it is. He's kind of like he's kind of become Iverson in a sense that he's a talented player, but he's not making your team better. Like
Do the Lakers
Iverson,
have any young talent on their team, or are they just going for all these like
no,
former
it's the
superstars?
LeBron effect. Wherever LeBron goes, the team gets older. You know, because I mean,
Right.
hell, LeBron's our age, so I mean,
Right.
it's yeah, and we're old, so LeBron is he just gets all his buddies. So,
Right.
but what happened to Brad?
He just went and grabbed some water.
Okay, I was like something happened. We lost a
Don't let the
co-host.
fact check guy take your seat now.
There he is.
Yep.
But yeah, it's any team LeBron goes to, they get older because he gets all his buddies to show up, and that's not necessarily
Out a banana boat. Freaking.
yeah. Like, I mean, bring Chris Paul if you're going to bring somebody.
For sure, man.
Don't bring Melo, But
Melo and Westbrook. What?
yeah, man, it's I mean, yeah, they'd be lit if it was 2010, but it's not 2010. It's 2021. But I think Kevin Durant is on a freaking mission, man. Like he is like, I'm gonna prove because he wants to prove that he can win it without being a warrior. He wants it to unquestionably be his team. That's why he was like, we're good. Him and Kyrie are boys. And he put it out there. And he's a smart dude. He put it out there like he knew what would happen if he said this. He's like, we're good over here. Just sending a message like, we don't need this guy to win.
Where's Brooklyn sitting? I haven't kept up too much.
Brooklyn's at the top of the East right now at 16-7. So they can easily come out of the East atop, sitting at the top. Bulls are a game back behind them. The Bucks are sitting at third, but they're also just a game back. So, well, I guess the Bulls are half a game back. Either way, they're right there. It's way too early. But it looks like the Nets are starting to get it together. And I just think Kevin Durant's on a mission. I mean, this dude is obsessed with, I'm Kevin Durant. I'm the best in the world. I'm about to go prove it. I'm about to go win a chip and be unquestionably the guy. And he needs help, obviously. You can't, I mean, as good as.
Yeah, now you ain't going to win it by yourself, man.
No, if Jordan couldn't do it by himself, nobody can. But, yeah, I think Kevin Durant's on a mission. I think the Bucks good. That's a toss-up. Bucks Nets, of course, being healthy. We don't know what's going to happen between now and July, but it's looking like Kevin Durant is just so driven right now that they're going to be a tough out when it comes that time. But the team to beat. Now this is a way too early prediction, but Warriors and Suns sitting atop the West at 20-4 right now, like tied for first. We've seen where the Lakers are at 12-12. They're a non-threat at this point.
And the Warriors are only going to get better.
Yeah, when they get I don't know, Klay Thompson.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, they're going to be a tough out. I like the Suns, but a healthy Warriors team. They're the favorites.
Everybody would love the Suns to win.
Suns in 4.
That was a great.
Dang.
Do you know what he's talking about? Suns in 4.
Yeah, tell him that it's great.
He doesn't. I can tell by the look on
He
his
said
face.
he didn't.
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The Suns during whatever playoff game it was, I can't remember. Was it the?
Yeah, it was last year, I believe, and like
it was the conference finals, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. These fans got in a fight and the Suns fan is just beating the dude's ass who's a fan of the other team. And as they're separating him, the guy's like starting to get kicked out, and he's like, "Suns in 4."
Yeah.
And
He just looks at the person filming, is like, "Suns in 4" after just annihilating these dudes.
And
awesome.
like and so it of
Wow.
course went viral. And Devin Booker, who's the Suns' best player, got the guy tickets, for the
Oh yeah.
for the next
Oh, this guy made
game.
T-shirts. Like he's probably sitting on a nice little chunk after that one fight he got into.
Probably, yeah. And he capitalized on it.
He was on like Colin Cowherd, all kinds of like shows.
Yeah, to his credit, man. I mean, he pounced. He's like, "This is my moment," and he pounced on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta give the dude props.
And
for
he
that.
defended himself. Like he beat these dudes up, and he had the right to do it. And then he makes that cool comment. It's like a dream.
Suns in 4.
Say something cool, you go viral. Boom.
Yeah. And they did it too, right? Or they won in 4 or 5.
I feel like they did. Yeah, I have to check.
Yeah, and so that's what made it even better, was that he was right.
Yeah.
But, so of course that made it even better. But anyway, I like the Suns. I don't see them. I mean, they're not going to beat a healthy Warriors team. Now, if one or two of those guys go down, anything can happen. But yeah, it's. I mean, the Suns are a hell of a team, but the Warriors are the team to beat just in basketball right now. Utah's at 3rd at 16-7, but Utah is Utah. They're competitive. They're going to be up there. I like them as a team. I don't see them as a serious threat though. But going back to the Suns and Chris Paul, like how pissed off is Chris Paul going to be if he retires without a ring? I mean, that's the only thing keeping him going at this point, right?
Yeah. I mean, he can be pissed up to a point until he like looks at his bank account.
I mean, I don't feel sorry for him, but yeah, that's the only thing driving this dude at this point. I think last year was as close as he was going to get.
If you don't get it as a player, man, he's going to try and get it as a coach. He's going to go for it.
Would you? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that you'd want to play for Chris Paul, man. He's kind of an asshole.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I mean, he
sounds like
a Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan type asshole. Or?
Yes, I mean he's the alpha male, like where on his team. Yeah, he's the little pit bull out there.
Right.
And I mean, he's a hell of a player and a hell of a competitor. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. But at the same time, it's like, man, do I want to go play for a guy like that? Now, Larry Bird was like low key that.
Yeah.
But he was a hell of a coach and hell of a front office mind.
Right. Yeah, Larry Bird was that asshole that just whispered in your ear on the court and made everything like no one in the stands actually knew that this dude was just
the biggest shit talker on the court.
Yeah.
Was Larry Bird.
I never knew that either until I saw him.
Yeah, then you hear the stories and you're like, oh damn, that's pretty badass.
Everybody's like Larry Bird, the biggest shit talker. Yeah, I would feel bad for Chris Paul. I think he would be pissed. Yeah, I mean, you play that long and not get one at that level. But I hated to see him not get it last year, and they had that the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a likable guy to me.
Yeah, I didn't really care who won it last year, but it was cool to see the Bucks do it. The Bucks hadn't done it since the 70s. Yeah, but. Well, going back, okay, now Chris Paul and his buddy LeBron, how much longer is LeBron going to play, do we think? I mean, how much?
If this year keeps going like it's going,
I saw that.
And it will.
On here, and I've been thinking about it. I don't know.
It's not going to get better.
Like it's going, I don't think he can take 2 more seasons of this. So after this year, if it happens again next year, he's out.
I mean, is he out or does he just get another team and try again?
He's going to be 37 in a couple of weeks, and he's been playing pro ball since he was 18 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm saying until he's 38. Yeah.
So, Yeah, I think, I mean, that's a lot of miles, and he carried a lot of teams. Oh, not to mention he played in 7 straight finals, which is so
He's got
tack
an
on
entire
another
He was
season.
8,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
he's
Wasn't
got-
it 8 or 8 and
It
10
was
years?
it was 7, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe it was 7. But yeah, just so basically add another season to how many seasons he's played, because that's a whole other season,
Right.
you know.
Mhm.
When he does
Um,
retire, you need to send him a Rhino Races medal because, or a belt buckle, because that's a hell of a run, man.
that is a hell of a run. I just say a hell of a run, LeBron here.
I mean,
Just
Jordan played 14 seasons. This guy's like in his 19th.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting up there. Yeah, I mean, I still remember sitting in my dorm room freshman year, you know, seeing this, nobody in the room knowing who LeBron James was. I was like, y'all got to watch this guy. Like, he's amazing.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
him getting drafted. I was sitting in a classroom in 11th grade. He was a year above me. He was, I guess, a class of 03. To
Yes.
think that guy's been playing NBA ball since that day, it's kind of nuts. So I don't know, man.
Yes.
Make it 20 years. I'm going to say 2 years to answer your question.
I just think I think he had one foot out the door essentially when he went to LA. I don't know that I'm sure he wanted to win, wanted to win one while there, but I think after the Cleveland,
They did.
well, yes, they did. I know. I'm just saying, I think he had one foot out the door already when he
Right.
decided to go to LA. I think after winning one in Cleveland, he was like, I did it.
Oh, dude,
Like,
that's his peak. Like he
that's
reached.
my mic drop.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it is. It's the greatest performance I've ever seen in a finals was LeBron James in 2016 against the Warriors. Now he needed Kyrie, he needed Kevin Love wasn't much of a factor.
Individual game performance. It was whenever J.R. Smith threw away his masterpiece at the first game of the Warriors in what was that? 2018.
Yeah, or 17. I think it was 17.
God, dude, and he thought it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that was his masterpiece, and J.R. Smith shit all over it.
But yeah, I mean, Cleveland should have won that game, but that's the only game they should have won.
Oh yeah, that's the only game. I'm saying best overall, like individual performance.
Yeah, in the 16 finals, LeBron led in every statistical category. Had scored the most points, the most rebounds, steals, blocks, even, I think. Like, I mean, like every statistical category, it was LeBron. So it was as much. I think Jordan's the GOAT, but the people that say LeBron is, they have an argument just based on that. It was the greatest performance I have ever seen. Like, I don't even know that. I'll say this: I don't even know that Jordan could have done that. What LeBron did, just rebounds, blocks, everything, just the steals.
I don't think when you throw in everything else, I'd say a no.
Yeah, I mean, it was the LeBron's the GOAT arguers had a point after that. I still think Jordan's the GOAT, but that was amazing. But I think he had one foot out the door when he decided to go to LA. And he's thinking after basketball at this point. He's like,
well, how old is Bronny, and when is he going to college? Because you could tie that into, hey, maybe he wants to hang it up, go watch his son, or
I'm sure that's part of it. I mean, it's kind of panning out, but I saw Bronny's like the number 49 prospect. He looked pretty damn good in the highlights I saw. Although he had a mask on when he was out on the court actually playing.
Oh wow.
Oh, that was kind of goofy, but
so in his class, he's top 50.
Yeah, 49 ESPN ranking. So,
oh man,
how much of that though is like, this is LeBron's kid? Let's give him a little, the little bias there, maybe.
Right.
I don't know. I've not seen the kid play enough, but his highlights look pretty good.
Yeah, everything I've seen.
Is he tall? Is he like the height of LeBron, or is he
No, he's not his dad, and he's not going to be his dad. And that's the shitty thing about being LeBron's kid. He's always going to be LeBron's kid. right? Like when Jordan's kids played, and they like both of Jordan's sons played on a high school team that ended up having a game on ESPN, and Evan Gordon, I believe it was on the other team, and he ended up stealing the show. Ends up being an NBA pro and a pretty solid pro, but ends up just stealing the show. It's like, hey, these are Jordan's kids playing, and oh, who's this guy? Just lighting them up. It's
He
like,
benefited from that ESPN coverage there.
yeah, or was it Eric Gordon? Something E and Gordon. So either way, he stole the show. But yeah, I think LeBron plays out his contract and says depends on how good the team is too. But I think he'll probably be like, all right, I've given everything to this to this game. I'm ready to go do something else now. And I wouldn't blame him. So I mean, I don't like everything the guy does, but the dude gives everything he has out there, and I respect him for that. But going back to kind of jumping back on the Jordan thing, is Kevin Durant. He's the best player in the world right now, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion. Is he the best scorer, just pure scorer ever? Is he better than Jordan, or is he at least as good? Don't think about it too hard.
Man, he's got to be as good. I mean, I don't know about better.
I mean, worse. I don't have any stats in front of me. What do the stats look like there? Like
just from the eye test. I mean, they're pretty comparable.
Yeah,
they're both 30 a game guys.
Right.
I mean, and could get more if they wanted. I think Durant is at least as good as Jordan as far as just a pure scorer. Probably better just because of his height and length.
Yeah, he's built quite a bit different.
So just as a pure scorer, yeah, I think Durant's the best the league has ever seen, or he's at least as good as the league has ever seen. But he's getting even better. Like, and it's like we're seeing LeBron's decline, and Durant, who isn't much younger. I mean, we're talking like a few years.
Durant's also had 2 or 3 seasons off more than LeBron due to injuries.
I mean, I guess, but we're going to say that's
miles.
Are we going to say that's a strength though?
No, but he has quite a bit of less miles than LeBron. Like,
he's got less miles. What's less miles got to do with him? He's a football guy. I don't even think he's coaching right now, man. You need to get your shit together.
Probably somewhere chasing some blondes around.
Maybe.
I'm just scared. I'm scared to pick against Jordan. I mean, in case this podcast blows up, I just don't want to get trolled, man. I'm just gonna stay out of that conversation.
It's okay. We'll direct the hate tweets to @ShoeBootySports. It's okay.
All right.
We can handle the smoke. We want all the smoke.
Yeah, don't put my Twitter handle up.
All right.
Oh,
we'll think about
it. I'm kidding. Bring all the. I've already gone viral once this year, so I can handle it.
Oh, cool. Well, maybe we'll be next.
Michael Myers video. I had 150,000 views in my Halloween costume. I'll show it to you sometime.
I say I got to see this. Are you the Michael Myers of Decatur?
No, but that guy's hilarious. I didn't see that guy until after I did my video, and I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore because that shit's hilarious.
Yeah, that guy's pretty good at it. So,
your wife bitching at him all the time. Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Durant's amazing. I think he's probably the greatest scorer ever. At the very least, he's as good as Jordan. And other news, though, going back to the Warriors, Steph entered tonight 16 threes shy of breaking Ray Allen's career 3-point record. Steph is only 33 years old, y'all. I think Ray Allen was like something like 36 or something when he broke it.
That sounds all right.
But and when asked about breaking it tonight, Steph was like, I wouldn't rule it out. like 16 threes to break it. And he's
I
like,
watch that game now.
He's
Yeah.
he's probably gonna have at least 25 attempts. So yeah, there's a good chance.
I mean, I wouldn't rule it out, man. It's Steph Curry, 33 years old, and is about to break the all-time 3-point record. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, stupid.
But I mean, Steph is the MVP of the league right now, and it's not
Yeah.
even close. Which makes me wonder why I'm not a Warriors fan. I feel like this is the team that I would be into. Like the only thing I could do playing basketball was shoot. You know, like my handle was weak. I could rebound okay, but I wasn't very tall. Defensively, it was pretty weak. About the only thing I could do was shoot. So I would think I would like this Warriors team. But I think because they got hot and were just so good, and then everybody decided to like them, I was like, I can't pull for them. And
I liked them until Durant jumped on. I'm like, no, I don't like them.
Maybe a mixture of them being so terrible while we were growing up that no one, like the Golden State Warriors were like the worst team in the NBA to being glamorized as the best team. And then all of a sudden they become Bama and everybody's like either a huge fan or hates them. So
yeah, pretty much. But see, I was pulling for them hard. Of course, this isn't the same team, but I was pulling for them hard when they beat Dallas, who was the number 1 seed in whatever year, 2007, I think it was. So, but obviously that was like the Baron Davis days, and their jerseys look completely different.
yeah,
So,
team there.
so it was a different team. But I would think I would be a fan of this Warriors team. Maybe I will be. I don't even see. I even Draymond's growing on me some. Now he's one you either. I mean, you
I've
love
always
the guy
liked
if he's on your
Draymond.
team. You love him if he's on your team. You hate him if he's not. But I like his. I mean, he's a hell of a player. I just like his shit talking too. You know, I just and he does it partially to get in your head, pump himself up, but the other part he's probably just like, I'm just gonna amuse myself with this a little
Yeah, he
bit.
was having fun.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like Durant says, it's just it's trash talk. You know, part of the game makes it more fun. But going down our little top wow, I developed a stutter just then. Topics list. I can see why you went and got water now. So take over real quick while I unscrew this water cap here.
What are we doing? We gonna move on? We're gonna talk
Just
about some
talk about anything.
Oh, hey, this would be a good time for Luke to tell us about his story about almost meeting Peyton Manning.
Yeah, let's hear that, Luke. Jump in a little more so we can see you.
It's funny. So with the company I work for down here, I have access to this gym, and it's in a kind of an area of people vacation a lot. It's kind of highfalutin area, and I had like a month pass to work out there, and you go 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock is around when I was going. There's nobody ever in the gym. And I'm sitting there one day and just literally the only one in this gym, probably the size of, not big at all, like your average living room, dining room area, small gym. And I'm working out and there's like these butterfly weights, and I hear someone behind me, like a very familiar voice. I'm like, who is that? And I turn around and like 10 feet from me is Peyton Manning. And I'm like, and he's talking to a trainer. And I'm like, what in the hell? Okay. So do I stare, do I just stare down and like, stare? I'm like, no, I'm going to kind of play this cool. He's coming in here. It's going to just be me and Peyton working out. I'm about to work out this guy. And I'm thinking about all the conversations I'm going to have with him. I'm like, dude, we're going to be like best buds in like 30 minutes. so also I was like, so I'm going to play it cool. And I looked at him just, a few 5 seconds, and I'll just continue my workout because I'm thinking if, 2-3 minutes, he's going to be spotting me on bench press. It's just about to be awesome. And then I turn around and he was looking at his phone and walked out. And I obviously didn't see him again, but it was pretty cool just sitting there, being that close to Peyton. It made me think about the time I saw the Chiefs and the Broncos play, and I was like starstruck when I saw him, in the league. But yeah, that's my story. And of course I told Brad, he's like, why don't you get a picture? I'm like, you don't, I was like, hey, I didn't even really fucking seen very much part of the language, but it was pretty cool. So it's probably the biggest celebrity sighting I've ever seen. So
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Were you pissed at yourself though that you weren't?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You didn't
So
say anything.
No,
Yeah.
when he was there, when he was in my sight, he was talking to someone, and obviously he had just finished a workout. I think I was just mad I didn't stare at him longer. Like I was like, man, I wish I at least just gazed at him a little longer.
You should have just been like, man, these weights are heavy, right?
Yeah. or pretended I couldn't get the weights up just so you come in there.
Help. Get a little help over here.
Hey, when you're done, you think you can get a pic with me, man?
Hindsight's always 20/20, and we always think of the stuff we would say that would be better after the situation.
Right.
It's like if I'm in like
I thought he was coming in there, and I was like, oh, it'll be cool.
Hey, man, he's probably just going around telling his buddies, like, dude, there's this guy I shared a room with him, and he didn't say shit to me. Like, it's great.
Probably so. It's like I was just like a normal guy, and it was amazing. Yeah. He doesn't know this, but I really appreciate that.
He probably does.
See, if I were in that situation, yeah, I would probably be like, damn, I wish I would have said something. But then again, what are you going to say? You're not going to interrupt them.
Yeah, and you got to think, man,
you don't want to be that douchebag who's like,
when you're at the gym, that's kind of you don't really want to, you don't really want to bug someone when that's probably like the one place he's like, I can go and just do my workout and get out. Just that's like his time. So it would have been, even if he would came in the room, it'd probably been hard for me to.
I'd probably just clank the weights a little extra hard or something, and maybe he might have looked over and be like, "Oh," and so Peyton kept on bumping iron.
All right, so here's my takeaway from it. Like, Luke, you handled it like the best way you possibly could have. Had you been like forceful, like, hey, let me get a picture or something, you probably could have gotten a picture and would have gotten 1 billion likes on the Instagram and all that. But Peyton Manning would have in turn thought you were a douchebag.
Right. Yeah, he would have never want to see you again.
I like, to me, that the photos I would care less about that. I would just like to, like I said, just stared at him longer. like, not in a weird way, just like, oh my God, that's because I looked for like 5 seconds and then just continue my workout to try to play it too cool. I was like, man, I wish I'd just taken that in a little bit. Because he doesn't even check out the forehead, see how tall he was.
Just wanted to stare at him longer. No homo.
No homo.
Yeah.
Not every day you see the sheriff, man.
Yeah. I just want to look at you a while, Peyton. Not like that. Just want to look at you for a while.
Yeah.
I'll try that with the next celebrity I run into. Can I just look at you for a while?
Soak you in a little bit.
Yeah. We'll see. See how that goes. But I'd get arrested. But well, I mean, that is a cool story. I can't think of a celebrity. My dad told me that recently, this didn't happen recently, but my dad told me that Booker T, the wrestler, was behind him in the Burger King drive-thru.
Nah.
Yes. Or no, and I think in front. He was in front of him at the Burger King.
Was he still in costume or something? Like, how does he know for sure?
Dude, it's Booker T, man. I mean,
isn't that guy massive?
Yeah, I mean, yes, he is.
Yeah, and had like dread, and I mean, it's pretty apparent. Well, they were wrestling at what was then
wrestling.
Yeah, Alltel, I think it was then.
Okay.
It's always and always will be Alltel Arena to me, by the way.
Yeah, it's been 2 different things since then.
I know.
But I mean, that's pretty normal.
Alltel Arena.
Yeah, I still refer to Martin Luther King as 6th Street. So
oh yeah.
I know what you mean. But yeah, that was my dad's celebrity thing. He's like, yeah, Booker T was in front of me at the Burger King drive-thru. So
wonder what that guy was driving, because he could not have been in a small car, because that guy is so big. Booker T.
Some rental car. It was some freaking rental car, But I don't think I've had a celebrity that I've seen.
I We
Yeah.
talked about this like a couple episodes ago. You haven't.
I also like
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to think. I was like, I don't think I have.
when I first got down here, I helped a guy came in our store and bought a coffee table, and it ended up being a guy that he was in the Hunger Games and also Raphael from the Megan Fox Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies.
I guess we wouldn't know that unless he was dressed like Raphael.
Yeah,
But
yeah, he just was a normal dude. Somebody just told me that.
okay, I was gonna say, did he like flaunt that? Like, hey, I was Raphael in the
No.
Ninja Turtle
Luke
movie.
described him as a very good-looking guy. No homo. That's exactly how he said it.
Well, I'm sure he was, man. He was in a Hollywood film.
Like,
I'm sure
I
he
know,
was
like
very
he obviously looked like a guy that's been in Hollywood. It's
Okay. Makes sense.
But
Um,
yeah, those are my and then what's the guy? Steve Martin. But that was in
Okay.
Fayetteville.
You've had a lot of celebrity run-ins, Luke.
I didn't run into him. I just saw him leaving the arena that he was playing in. If I was at Grubbs and he was going out of the back.
Well, I can't say that. I've not even seen one up close, I guess.
Just remember,
Not seen one out in
stare.
the wild.
Yeah. Just stare. I did interview Darren McFadden one time when I was a
Oh,
reporter. He was a super nice guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when the story broke of how he hurt broke his elbow or whatever it was. The reporter next to me just kept prying, like, "Well, how'd you do it?" He's like, fell by the pool." You know? He's like, "Well, I guess." And then the story broke of how he did it.
related.
Yeah. No, he was super cool. I wouldn't count. Yeah, freshman or my first year in Fayetteville, I walked by Matt Jones on campus, and he just looked at me weird. I think I like looked at him like nodded, and he just like kept looking at me weird.
Who is that guy?
Yeah, and then just I was like, okay, well, all right, whatever.
Is he wearing his Ninja Turtle pajama pants? They were like 4 inches too short.
No, he was just wearing regular like workout. I mean, he had like Razorback gear on, you know,
Yeah.
that they.
I listened to him on the radio, and he would say that was literally all he was talking about. All these players that are wanting all the money. He's like, look, we got all the meals in the world provided to us. We got clothes. I wore like nothing but the clothes that they gave, like all the football gear. So yeah, you're definitely finding Matt Jones in some sweats back in the day.
Yeah, you can go anywhere in town, pretty much eat for free. I mean, people, oh, hey, what's up, man? Here you go. I mean, like, yeah, no, those poor college kids.
Yeah.
You know, I get
Climbing
it.
a bar with two blinds on each knee, and I was like, "That's the quarterback there."
Yeah, if it's not obvious. But okay. First of all, Brad, I'm not going to remember something that happened 2 weeks ago as far as that goes. But did you have a celebrity run in?
Yeah, I remember. I don't know about celebrities.
No, I don't remember. That's why I'm asking.
Like Lovey Smith and
Yeah, Lovey Smith.
he came
That
in.
counts.
In Switzer. He came in. I met the
That's
girl
right.
from,
Okay.
the girl from was it Mallrats and Daddy's Boy, and
What is Daddy's Boy?
or not? Wait,
Grandma's boy.
no, Big Daddy. Big Daddy.
Daddy.
Okay, I kind of
What the
combined.
hell is Daddy's Boy?
Two different movies.
Well, we see what you did, and we
Big
see what's on
Daddy.
your we see what's on your mind.
What did I even say?
You said Daddy's Boy.
Daddy's Boy.
I was like, is that
I
a
don't
porno? Like, what is that on Pornhub? Like, where you find?
I don't know, dude. I thought that was
You talking about Angela White? If so, I'm jealous.
no.
Yeah, you're talking about the girl that's from Arkansas.
Has a
that's on
rarsky
in the-
voice,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And
she's
I
from
ran-
yeah.
And I ran into her at in Maumelle where
Oh, was she in Dazed and Confused?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
in those movies. Yeah.
Okay, I know who you're talking. Don't know, can't tell you her name, but I know who you're talking about.
who is that chick?
I didn't know she was from Arkansas.
Yeah, she is.
Are you giving it a Google? Or are you fact
Yeah,
checking?
it's worth it. It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
And then let me see. Any other celebrities?
Joey Lauren Adams. Should have known she would have 3 names.
Joey Lauren Adams.
Yeah.
Is it like J-A-O or wow, Joey?
Yep.
Okay, interesting. I mean, yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff. Shout out to Joey Lauren Adams.
Man, and I met Ben Stein off of Win Ben Stein's Money, and he's done some other crap.
Yeah, didn't you ask him to do the Bueller thing?
Yes, I did, and he did it.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
sure
you.
he doesn't get that all the time.
Oh yeah, and man, and what's that other?
Dude, you're
Some dude, another dude from
B-League
SNL.
celebrity now.
Did you go to Comic-Con? Like,
No, man, I don't know what the hell.
I saw Robert Redford speak at the university, at like Arkansas.
Why?
I saw Anderson Cooper speak at the university, but I just went for like extra credit for.
Yeah, that's exactly why I saw.
I slapped hands.
That's the only reason I went.
Slapped hands with one of the lead singers of Linkin Park.
Hey,
the lead singer of Evanescence grabbed me at a show. I remember that. Yeah.
Was it appropriate or inappropriate?
No, it was appropriate. I mean, she's really hot, so she wouldn't have inappropriately grabbed me. No, I was at the front, and like this dude was like just being an asshole mosher, just like going crazy. He was just being one of those guys. And so I was just looking over like, dude, what the hell are you doing, man? Like I was kind of bitching at him, and then like I guess I had my hand up or something. I guess I was like, dude, what? And then I just feel somebody grab me like by the hand. And I just look up like, who the hell's grabbing me? Like I just turn and look over and it's her, on stage, like grabbing at me, made eye contact with me. And I was like, oh, that's the pleasant surprise. Like I was expecting some dickhead, but no, it's his hot lead singer. So
I partied with Modest Yahoo at Wakarusa.
Yeah.
You did what?
Modest Yahoo, the singer.
Okay.
I partied with him. Like I say partied. He just showed up at the concert we were at and actually stood beside us completely wasted. He had a rabbi, because he's Jewish, like with him trying to tear him away from partying with us the entire time. My buddy was pouring beer down his throat. But
that counts as partying. That counts as partying.
Dude, he was crazy because we had just watched his concert like 6 hours before. He was such a nice guy, and he was like an animal like everyone else at Wakarusa that night. And he's like 6'4", so he stood out, and it was just. But it's funny, the little rabbi was an Orthodox guy, beard and everything, was just like trying to get him back to go back where no one else can go, and he finally did.
Yeah. Right on. Okay, well, we've had some pretty good celebrity encounters. Well, y'all have. Mine's not bad though. I mean, getting grabbed by a hot chick, that's not terrible.
It's probably the best of the stories.
Yeah, I got appropriately grabbed by a hot chick. So
hey, I got to try on a Super Bowl ring.
I tried on a World Series ring.
Oh,
but not a Super Bowl ring. Whose was it?
Yeah.
It was a scout for the Chicago White Sox. But it was a legit like World Series ring. It was
forget that the whole organization gets those. Huh?
Yeah, it was a DVP's like dad's friend. It was DVP's like birthday, and he came and him and his dad and that guy came and partied with us, and yeah, I don't remember where we were. We were out, and he was like, I was like, he let one of the guys there try it on. I was like, and so of course I'm like, can I try it on? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. I mean, it was a World Series
hell yeah, dude.
ring. And I got a picture with it. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I got it. There's like a group photo. He's in it. So yeah.
I went to an Ole Miss Georgia game in Oxford randomly, and this is back when Ole Miss was so bad that they would let the team people in for free at halftime. And we met some people that were outside the stadium that were like, y'all come sit with us. They were older guys. And I sat beside a guy that had a Georgia 82 championship ring on. He let me put it on. He played with Herschel Walker. And literally, as I'm holding it, I've been drinking in the Grove all day. As I'm taking it off, I'm holding this guy's ring. And I look down, and there's just a huge, crack in the bleachers. And I'm like, dude, take this thing. Like I'm not going to be the guy that drops your 82 national championship ring. Yeah, you played with Herschel Walker. That was cool.
See, I thought you were going to say that you dropped it.
No,
Like, and then it was
probably
gone
for the
forever.
podcast. It would
Yeah.
have been a lot better if I had dropped it, but I really am surprised he gave like an 18-year-old hammer guy his ring, but he must have been the same. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a little shocking. That would almost be on him for doing that.
Right.
But hey, yeah, that reminds me. Like Brad, you remember when you and I went fishing that time?
You
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He had this like real cool like multi-purpose tool he was proud of, and
it really
then
got it.
yeah, and we were just sitting on like a little bridge thing with lots of gaps in between to the water, and I just dropped it and bloop, there it went. And you just looked at me like, no. I was like, yeah, that happened.
It's gone forever. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna pay you back, but Barry told me or told you to tell me not to or something. So I was cool with that.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry. It was an accident. It wasn't an 82 national championship ring though.
No, it was, yeah. But still, yeah, I won't forget the doo bloop.
Yeah, that's pretty much spot on. Yeah, how it went. And I was like, yeah, that's gone forever in the muddy water pond thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure Brad was happy about that.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Always happy.
All right, so we covered celebrity encounters. That's a improv moment on Shoe Booty Sports, but we'll end with fantasy football. How are we doing? And well, we kind of know we touched on that a little bit. Luke and I, are we both at 6 and 7, possibly going to edge our way? I'm 6 and 7.
Luke's, I think 7 and 6.
Yeah, it's got to be 7 and 6, but I may actually get in at 7 and 7.
But I think in one league it might be 8 and 5.
No, I'm 6. I'm the 6th seed in my league, and I'm 6 and 7.
He is.
Yeah, so yeah, we're both 6 and 7, and might somehow squeak in.
Right. I already squeaked in ours. It starts this week.
I had a pretty key pickup last week with Alexander Madison. Wow. And so, yeah, that was big. I got him because I was, 5 and 7 at the time. But what?
So I tried to get him, but I didn't.
Oh.
So Brad lost. Another guy that was could have won lost in our league. And then another guy and 2 guys tied at 140.6 points apiece. All 3 of those are the 3 reasons I made it into the playoff.
Luke had a perfect storm, pretty much.
A perfect storm to get the 5 and 7 guy, or the 6 and 7 guy in the playoff.
So somebody tied at 140.6.
140.6 apiece.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Never even heard of that.
Huh. I've seen a tie before, but not in a decimal.
Yeah,
league.
The decimal tie.
That's pretty amazing. So there was no like tiebreaker. They just tied.
They just tied. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So the reason being, one of the guys, if they had won, would have taken my place. I mean, I didn't even think I had a shot. I mean, I woke up this morning and was told I was in the playoffs. I was like, "Are you kidding?" So.
Well, do your playoffs start this week or something?
They do. So it's six man playoff, 14-person league.
Yeah. See, mine don't start till next week. So I'm playing for a spot this week. This one guy has to lose and I have to win. So that's basically what's got to happen. But we'll see how it goes. Who's the big pickup this week? Is it Chuba or Chuba Hubbard? I think it's Chuba. At least that's what the Dallas announcers say.
It's Chuba, but I mean, surely whoever had him, for the first stint of the injury with McCaffrey's probably still stashed him.
He's available in my league.
Yeah,
because I had him. Yeah, well, at least
I had him for a while
in my leagues. I kept him.
So I had him after the first injury, and then he did one good game, and then I got rid of him. I got him back.
That's the thing. He hasn't been very good. He's definitely not been McCaffrey. So I mean, even if I get him, I put in a waiver pickup for him. But even if I get him, he's just going to be stashed on the bench. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal if I pick him up. Cam is available.
Don't
Cam
touch him.
Newton. Yeah, I would not touch that, man.
It's just too late.
Don't do it. Dude.
Yeah. He's projected to get like 18 points or something, but it's like, yeah, I'm not touching that.
No.
And I have Kirk Cousins.
He could very easily be 1.8. Like, you don't know.
Yeah, and I have Kirk Cousins, and I'm not rolling the dice on that. I'm like, no, Kirk Cousins will get me like 18, or he'll get me like between 13 and 18 or 5, but he won't get me in the negatives like you. Cam won't get you in the negatives because he'll rush for some yards, but he's not going to light it up either. But but there's that, and the Saints defense is playing the Jets, by the way, for those interested. So that would probably be a good pickup.
See if he's available.
Yeah, the asshole I played against last week, he picked up that Gage dude and freaking killed me.
Russell Gage, yeah, he
I
had 11 catches for a buck 30.
Was, man, and
You learned then. You'll learn today.
You'll learn today.
All right. You'll learn today. Yeah, he's available in my league. I didn't put in a pickup for him though. It's
it's probably gonna be the one hit wonder.
Yeah, I don't see him necessarily. I mean, he's had 2 good weeks though, but I don't see him doing that again. I'm pretty well set at receiver though. Like I've got Hopkins on my bench right now. So no, I plugged him in because Adam Thielen got hurt. So, but I've got Jamar Chase. Like I'm pretty well set.
Jamar Chase screwed me over. He screwed me over the last 2 weeks.
Well, as far as not being very good.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not lit it up, but he's had some really good weeks.
The last 2 weeks I've lost about a combined like freaking 6 points, and he's been out there just.
It's not all his fault though, man. Joe Burrow's out there playing with 9 or throwing with 4 fingers.
I'm saying all my team's sucking ass, but
did you see Joe Burrow's pinky? Did you catch any of that game?
No.
Dude, it's crooked. Like his pinky is all zigzaggy. It's not right. And he's out there still playing. Like he was handing off with his left hand. Like he was just like kind of like backhanding it to people on like play actions or like delayed handoffs and stuff. But yeah, Joe Burrow's out there playing. He's throwing the football with 4 fingers basically. And so it's obviously he's in pain every time he throws, and you can just see it on his face. So that's not all Jamar Chase, but then again, I mean, if Joe Burrow's hurt, anytime the quarterback goes down, that affects your receiver.
Yes.
That affects your receiver, running back, everything. So without the quarterback, you're in trouble. So Jamar Chase, as a result, may not be a good start this week, but I got to start him. I don't have anybody better. So hopefully they can get it together. I don't know. Maybe I should go into Russell Gage. Look into that.
Have you ever won a fantasy league?
2 of them.
15 years. 0.
0?
Man, I play hard. I've been in some championships. Can't pull it through. Yeah, man, I don't know.
Now I've lost more championship games than I've won.
Right. I've been to 3. I finished 3rd. I finished 2nd. Obviously, I've been to 3 of the championships, but yeah, I've never won.
The fourth time was the charm for me, and it was against him. I'm pointing to Brad.
Well, man,
that guy right there. Kicked his ass. Dude, whooped his ass, man. It was the year David Johnson just like went off on everything.
Oh yeah, and no one knew it. Saw that one coming.
I've been winning that league quite a bit, so it's about time somebody changed it.
Are y'all in a league together now?
No. I was saying we need to get the league back. I mean, if anything, just for fun, not even necessarily money on the line, or just a really
Right.
little amount.
How many leagues are you in?
I'm just in one. I think
Well, I have 2 leagues that Brad and I are both in. So usually they need another every year someone falls out. So if you want to get in on one next year, I'll give you a call on it.
Yeah, I'll do it. I always do just one league though, because
Right.
I want to just.
2's kind of good though, because what if you have a bad year? You can always fall back on that second league.
That's true, but I care more about the team.
Brad has
Four is way too many.
Yeah.
Two is too many for me. Like one, see, I can just put all my energy into that one team. I don't have to, because when I'm done with okay, who can I pick up? Who's available? I don't want to go do that again.
Right.
You know?
The thing is, I'm with you there. It's just I have 2 groups of friends. One, 2 groups that I feel always bad if I tell one, because I've always just wanted to do one league. I've never done just one league. I've always had these 2 leagues. So I feel like I'm like 15 years in, 10 years on one of them. So I'm like, God, I guess I can't back out, but I would like to try just the one league one year. See how I do.
It's nice. Because then, who to root for. Like I've been in multiple before, and it's been like, oh, it's awesome, I got him, and then I'm playing that same guy in another league, and it's kicking my ass. It's a lot easier to just have one, and all your focus goes to that one freaking team. So makes sense to me, and plus, I just got too much to do. I can't freaking I can't worry about another league.
You gotta have all that time for running. So
yeah, essentially. I mean, I'd be like 400 pounds if I didn't run. So,
dude, I'm coming for a medal. I'm gonna do that.
Well, you don't have to go anywhere for a medal. They'll send it to you.
I'm gonna run.
We'll send it to you.
Rhino race medal.
You do have to run though. Like you have to actually run it.
Hey man, I'm on 17 days straight.
17 days straight running?
Mm-hmm.
How far?
Like every day. 1.5 miles, maybe. Run, walk. Hey, I'm starting off.
I mean, that's better than not doing it at all.
Yeah.
I can't do every day. I'll get injured.
I'm doing the David Pollock Everyday Counts Challenge after Thanksgiving, where you run and do an extra mile, like a mile every day till January 1st. Because he says everybody tries to do tries to go on the diets at the first of the year. He's like, why not kickstart it after Thanksgiving? And I'm like, all right, for 5 years I've wanted to do it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it. So I get up, I'll walk a mile or I'll jog a little bit here, but just get an extra mile in every day till January 1st from Thanksgiving.
As long as you're moving. I'm doing a 5K Saturday morning. That'll be the next time I run. It's probably just going to be the elliptical till then. My freaking IT band is tight AF right now, man. Of course, I've done 3 marathons just this fall. So, in 1/2.
Chicago Marathon, I saw you were there. That's pretty cool.
That was amazing. That was so much fun. That was wild. And it was Chicago. It's an amazing city, man.
Look like it.
Yeah. Just a beautiful woman, just every place you go. They're everywhere. It's a lovely city in more ways than one. So, but yeah, I think we knocked it out of the park, guys. Luke, it was good.
Fun. Thanks for having me on.
Luke, it was good having you.
Yeah, I'll do it anytime. I'll actually,
first guest.
First guest.
It is, yeah, first guest. But yeah, this is the conclusion of episode 9, Shoe Booty Sports, not episode 10. Episode 10 will be next week. And again, we want to shout out to our sponsor, Rhino Races. RhinoRaces.com for details, ladies and gents. Well, yeah, and gents. So there's the Rhino Ultra buckle. Plug the 5K medal again. Look at that thickie. She's thick. But
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So do you have a 3K one? Because that's more mile level right now. No?
No, 5K is the lowest you go, but it's 3.1 miles. So
3.1. No time limit?
No time limit.
What's the cost on that?
$20.
$20. Like So I just register, pay a $20 fee, do it, and then I get a medal.
Yeah, there's a tax and shipping and handling charge, but so just
All
based
right,
on
man,
your
I'm going to
location.
support you. I'm going to do it. That's going to be a goal. I'm going to do that in the next month.
Rock on.
Awesome.
But yeah, and there's right now there's a top 15 section for every race, and right now with it being a startup, you're basically going to get a spot on the top 15 section by just signing up and doing it, no matter how long it takes you. But there's no time limit for any race except for the Rhino Ultra. There is a time limit for that. All 10
Right.
half marathons have to be completed under 3 hours, in less than 3 hours, which is very doable though, for if you train for it. But
Cool, man. I'll
that
spread the
can,
word down around here in Florida, man. See if I can't get some people signed up for that.
right on, sounds dope. But ladies and gentlemen, that concludes episode 9 of Shoe Booty Sports. Look for us on Spotify, Apple Music, and of course our YouTube channel at Shoe Booty Sports. But we are out. Luke, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks
Love
for
the
having me.
Christmas tree. Thanks for joining us. Add some festivities.
Work right here, but we'll get it.
Yeah.
Later, Graham.
Later, man. And from Bradley Brown and I, Graham Powell, we'll be signing out now. So tell everybody bye, Brad.
See you later.
All right. She thick.